JB's back. JB's back. But he's not the reason why this game against the Suns gives me some hope for the future, for the ECF. Seems like we got our number 2 guy. Hit that rock. Before we get started, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the dark notification bell to get each and every notification for each and every video I put out there. It's your boy G Malik Knicks. Let's get it. So the New York Knicks with a solid win against a KD, Kevin Durant-less Phoenix Suns, beating Phoenix 112-98. Jalen Brunson's return after injuring his ankle several weeks ago. About 15, 16 games have passed through, and the New York Knicks didn't really miss a beat today. Absolutely, I don't say dominating because they allowed the game to come back within 5 in the fourth quarter. Is a period where it's like 6 minutes. They couldn't really score much of anything. But today, I mean, look, we talked about the Jalen Brunson offense, the offense away from Jalen Brunson. We talked about who's going to step up as a number 2 guy. But, man, this as much as I want to overpraise it just because, of things I've seen, obviously I got to take some of it back because KD wasn't there. But look, man, a win is a win. Teams win as games come. And by the way, congrats to Tom Thibodeau for putting up another 50-win season. The first back-to-back 50-win season, back-to-back 50-win seasons since the 1994-95, the 95-96 seasons with the New York Knicks under Pat Riley. For all the talk about Tom Thibodeau being such a bad coach, can't get this team to another level. 250 back-to-back 50-win seasons is nice. The guys that you guys want, Mike Woodson never did that. Some of these other coaches, you guys, assistant coaches, they never even sniffed a shot. Some of the guys that you want to establish haven't done that either. So, salute to Tom Thibodeau for, I don't even say steadying the ship, for actually creating an identity, a foundation of actual success, a floor which we can achieve to. And people say you can't get to the next level. Well, you look at the last few playoffs. I mean, we've had key players. And I'm not talking about a little role player here. I'm talking about our second best player was out. Our second best players come back from injury. Our other best player. We've had so many injuries going to the playoffs. This might be the first time since Tom Thibodeau's first season here that we get into the playoffs with a fully healthy squad, right? God willing, everybody's healthy. And the guy who looked the healthiest today, OG Anunoby, Igbo boy. Niger from way of London. Your man OG Anunoby put on a show tonight versus the Phoenix Suns. 32 points, 13 for 17 from the field, 6 for 8 from 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And the thing I loved about OG Anunoby, one, he's healthy. He is healthy. This is the healthiest I've ever seen him look. If the NBA wants to go and drug test him, I understand. I wouldn't like it, but I understand. Your man is playing out of his mata. Your man he had a crossover dribble. I'm like, whoa. But Dunny, chill out. Whoa. When the hell did you get a crossover dribble? Your man is like, OG is like, he's like a T1000 son. He's getting healthier. He's just reformulating all the little nooks and crannies of injuries. And when you see him play, you see, look, again, a lot of his games are coming from closeouts, catch and shoots, which is still, it's great. I'll take those shots. I'll take those opportunities any day, and the execution on those any day. Is he a guy's going to sit there and create? No, but when you talk about in short areas, when he's in the post, the wing area, away from the better, say, the elite defenders are probably on JB. If it's a front court, it's going to be on Cat. He's sacking from those weaker sides, not the weak side, but those weaker sides in terms of defenses until the defense changes up. But still, a point is a point. OG Anunoby looks like a different man. He's bullying players to the basket. You can't put your 1 on him, your 2 on him, your some threes on him because he's bullying them to the basket. He's quick enough. I would say quick enough, but he has enough to his game now, his bag, which I don't know where the hell it came from, son. This man stole a straight up, son. He stole up a straight up luxury bag out of nowhere, son. And just, he's showing it to y'all like, yo, I always has. I'm like, when the hell did you always have this? You talking about a guy that went from like 6 drives last year about 5 this year for the season. And that was with JB here to the last, say, 15, 16 games, 16 games. He's averaging eight drives a game. This is the same OG Anunoby that was crying, or not crying, but was pleading for a bigger role in Toronto Raptors. And I guess this what it was. And I think it comes down to circumstance. It comes down to also confidence, right? Because I watched him on Toronto. I remember when Pascal was out, and it wasn't as if like OG had a decent run offensively, but it wasn't like he was doing all this. He was not doing all this. So he's putting it all together, and this a guy who already got paid, right? So this is amazing about OG. Again, you just hope he's healthy, but he looks, it's not even healthy. He looks baby Kawhi like. And it's dependable. That little OG Anunoby, that ugly ass step back he has, that when he takes those deep twos, I depend on those shots now. I depend on wide open 3-pointer shots better than I depend on Mikal Bridges doing that. So OG Anunoby, man, we talk about the number 2 guy. Look, man, Cat, and we're gonna get to Cat. I'm still not convinced he's that number 2 guy. I guess it'll be number 2 by committee, or you'll have 2 number 2s on the floor with him and Cat play next to JB. But OG Anunoby's shown that he could be a dependable and that's something we have not had in the playoffs. Go back to past few playoffs. Last year, we JB struggled against the 76ers. Josh. Well, I guess last year wasn't as bad because our offense actually wasn't the problem against the Pacers, right? But then guys got hurt, right? So then that kind of nullifies. The year before that, no one could shoot outside of JB. RJ had a good playoffs, but his shooting wasn't there. His attacking, his driving, his finishing was there, but his shooting wasn't there, especially from the 3-point shot was not there, right? And obviously Randall being out, and then Randall even the first year here, second year here, first year of Tom Thibodeau, he was didn't have a good series versus the Hawks. So this is nice to see it. We have some rhythm. We have somebody who will be dependent upon in the playoffs. Wide open shots. How many times you remember in the playoffs we had wide open shots that missed? And then on top of it, you have a guy, at least individually, you have guys who can play defense, right? All has to coalesce. I still don't think the chemistry is there as much as it was, say, last year. But if these things coalesce, at least into the playoffs, this Knicks team could get to that second round. But OG Anunoby's shown that he could be that dependable guy. Look over his last 15, 16 games. I mean, he's moving off the ball. He's doing everything. He's pushing off players underneath the basket. Like, bro, son, this guy, I don't know what he took. I don't know what juju, whatever. I hope he ain't praying no Shango spirits, man. I don't know, son. Rebuke that in Jesus' name. But, son, I don't know what powers he's developing, son. But your man looks different. Your man looks different. Now, let's get to JB. Obviously, JB coming back from the injury. Wasn't 100% at all. Did not have his feet under him. He missed almost every shot. Hit the one clutch three. The one clutch three in the fourth quarter to help build back up the lead to get away from that dangerous 5-point zone. Because your man Devin Booker won it wins, man. Shoot to Devin Booker, man. Devin Booker is the purest scorer in the league. I don't care what no one says. The purest scorer in the league. That man, he needs to go to a legitimate contender. But JB today, 15 points, 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 8 for 10 from the stripe, though. But, one thing I like about JB for the most part, you didn't feel like he was forcing it too much. You want him to take the shots to see how he felt, right? Sometimes he did the footwork, he'll stop a little bit early because I think it's still, he's still pensive. He's still scared, like, it's not there yet. But you like the fact that JB allowed other guys to create, allowed the rest of the team to eat. 6 assists today, but it wasn't necessarily just an assist. It was more so let me not come in and ruin what they developed while I was out. That's why you still saw the great off-ball move by Mikal Bridges today. You saw off-ball move by OG Anunoby. It felt like JB was a part of the offense that was building up while he was out versus is back to being a JB offense. And this is what you need. I want the JB to be a closer in the fourth quarter, in the second half when we need it, right? But if these other guys, they need the confidence. We've seen what that's done to OG. We've even seen what that's done to Mikal Bridges. We've seen what that's done to even a 36-year-old Delon Wright, who sometimes will be scared to shoot the ball, and he gets by himself. And everybody's like, look, everybody has a person on him. Your man is trying to close out from 50 feet, 100 feet away. Shoot the freaking shot. He's developed confidence playing out with JB out, right? Even Landry Shamet, who can't make a damn important shot when you need him to against elite teams or even just decent teams, even he's, I guess, developing some confidence. He just needs to hit the freaking shots, right? So this is what you love to see from this team where, like I said, I want JB to be the plus multiplier to these guys. I don't want it to be that we're winning because JB had to put up a 40-point game. That's just not sustainable. It's not. The one-man show NBA offense is not sustainable. But great on JB to not force the issue tonight. Played 34 and a half minutes. And again, still trying to come back from the injury, but it's good for him to get some of these games under his feet so he's not going into the playoffs cold. Karl-Anthony Towns, man, 19 points tonight, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. That man, something is up in the NBA. I was having a conversation yesterday when I was watching the Duke UH game. By the way, salute to University of Houston putting on a great comeback because Duke, that was pathetic. You had the game in hand and how the hell do you lose that game? So to Kelvin Sampson, man, because UH they weren't able to shoot at time, bro. Duke. Sheesh. But anyway, we were talking about Cat. He said it. He said, yo, man, do you feel like Cat? You feel like the league hates Cat or like the NBA, the refs, something like that? There's something against the Knicks or Cat? I'm like, bro, I think the same thing too. And I'm not the biggest Cat fan. There was a sequence today. Cat attacked the basket twice. He attacked the basket, fell to the ground. There was contact, no foul. The Knicks got the steal. He was already down, or they got the possession. Cat didn't get back on defense, so he was already down there cherry picking and went back up. If I remember, there was contact. He fell. If I remember, I might be wrong. Or I might be conflating the two. But I remember there were 2 possessions versus the Suns, 2 in a row by Cat, where there was contact. One where he weaved around, the one where he laid it up like he flicked his arm almost to get the ball at the basket. I'm like, in any other space, if SGA, if Jokic, if any of these players did the same thing, there's a foul there. I just watched the Warriors-Rockets game. By the way, screw you, Steve Kerr, for taking Pods out. I could have won $800, and I needed 1 more point from Pods. He had 19. Screw you for taking him out. But anyway, in that game, I saw Şengün literally get a bunch of ticky-tack fouls in the first half. And I'm talking about ticky-tack. Well, I'm seeing Cat is getting manhandled. Whenever your man is driving to the basket, his arm is coming up like that because the defense is pushing his arm like that. I'm like, where is the freaking... How is that not a foul? There has to be something against Cat. It's not because he's on... Well, it is because he's on... But I'm not saying it's because... But I'm watching, I'm like, this doesn't make sense, bro. I watch other teams and I don't see this. It's unfair. It's unfair. Now, I know that in the playoffs, they're not going to call the fouls as much, but I guess it doesn't bode well for us. I guess it equals things out. But this is some garbage. This is some garbage, bro. I'm tired of watching this where Cat every time he's going up and getting contact. And then they'll say the excuse like they did with Melo. Oh, well, it's because he's fit. What that doesn't mean that has nothing to do with anything because LeBron James is physical. Y'all calling ticky-tack fouls for him back in day 2. Come on, dogs. Your man had to flick it. It was in the second quarter. I remember he had to flick. He had to go through the defense and flick his arm with all the contact. Come on, dogs. But good offensive game by Cat, man. When Cat has his confidence, I guess the Suns' front court is just not. They don't have anybody who can stay in front of it, but that's what you like to see by Cat. You like to see him be that physical player. You like to see him attack the basket, not just sell for threes, even though he shot an 0 from outside, 0 for 3 from outside versus the Suns. But you like to see him aggressive. You like to see him punish teams' front courts. You like to see him use his quickness. Right, he loves that hesitation. Once he gets you in the air with the hezzy from the 3-point line, he attacks the basket, bro. You're done. You're done for. So good on Cat. Following instruction, I need to see this against elite teams. I need to see this against elite teams. Like I've said, games against the Celtics, we're down. They making a run, 7-0, 9-0 run. We're jacking up shots. We're not being physical. We're not attacking the basket. Against OKC, even though I'll say for OKC game, we actually went away from Cat. We stupidly went away from Cat because at one point he was like our best scorer, he's our best attacker. But we need to use Cat's talents, and Cat needs to understand what his talents are within the context of a situation. Don't settle for threes to try to get us back into the game to get cheap points. Attack the basket, draw the foul, slow them down. That's what Tom Thibodeau mentioned a few years ago with JB. Why I love JB, because JB could control the tempo. Team is, he said this, I'm paraphrasing, but he said team is making a run, 5, said whatever. You need that point guard to come in, control the offense, get to the foul line, take away their rhythm, take away their runs. That's what I need to see from Cat. Even if it's small things, I need to see Cat take his game to the next level IQ wise. Be a little bit smarter against these elite teams. That's why I was a I felt I had mixed feelings during the games outside of JB, because you want Cat, and granted, there's some positives. Cat, they play the triangles, play split action. Cat was always looking for the cutters, always looking to make the pass to the off ball guy, which is great. But I also needed where Cat is commanding. When was the last time you seen Cat truly commanding a huddle? I've yet to see Cat command a huddle and have guys like a general, like, yo, we doing this. This guy got 5 fouls on me. Get it to me in the post. If they send a double, you pop up over here, you pop up over there. If they play one-on-one stupidly, I'm attacking and getting the 6th foul. I'm not saying he doesn't say, but I don't see that from Cat. Cat has to take the next level. These games are great. We're fortunate to have a big man who actually score. Right? And I'm not talking about a 4, I'm talking about like a 5. But I guess Cat would be people playing the 4, but you know what I mean. It's nice to have an offensive big, but I need high IQ plays. It just can't be one guy. I need high IQ leaders. I need guys who are going to take that step and lead these men into battle, because this playoffs is not going to be easy. It might be our toughest playoffs under Tom Thibodeau. Now, I think we're going to play the Bucks, but we got the Bucks and got the bro. It's not. I don't put anything past the Bucks. Then after that, I don't put anything past the Celtics. Obviously not. Well, you can't put anything, but you haven't won a game against the damn Celtics, 0-9 against that so-called elite teams in the NBA. I don't think it's going to be as sweet as some people think it's going to be. We still have to play Giannis. Giannis is still Giannis. Giannis is still Giannis at the end of the day. Doesn't matter. So I'm looking for Cat to take that next step up, man. Mentally. Don't turn into a mental midget. There's going to be a game with JB struggling. Josh Hart's not shooting. McCall can't hit. OG can't hit. And it's up to you, Cat. Not just for you to score, but to set up your players. So I'm hoping to see that, man. Macau, this is the games I love from Macau Bridges. If you watch today's game, outside of one handoff that he had from Mitchell Robinson. By the way, that layup was tough. Macau Bridges has great body balance for finishing at the rim. He doesn't get enough credit for that. For a guy who's not supposed to have really legs like that, your man is a good finisher on some angles at the rim. That is just like, it's not the easiest. So good on Macau, but today Macau Bridges, I thought was great. Moved off the ball really well. Played like what you want him to play as. Your number 3 guy. Even though he's the second best scorer today, but still. 22 points today. 8 for 14 from the field. 2 for 3 from 3. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. But all of his points off the ball. For the most part. He had the one handoff from Mitchell Robinson for the layup. Everything was off the ball from Macau for the most part. Catch and shoots. Just felt like he's within rhythm of the offense. Had him cut into the basket early on. And that's what Tom Thibodeau. And I need to see that too throughout the whole game. Not just in the first half, Tom Thibodeau. You need to run that off-ball action. You need to run that split action like you have. The triangle like you have at times. You need to run those actions throughout the whole game. I understand. You get into the fourth quarter. Yes, it's ISO game. It's heavy pick and roll. I get it. You want the ball in the hands of your best players. But sometimes, man, I've been seeing this Knicks team, bro. We get away from what worked in first halves. It goes back to the OKC game. We're up by 11 into the third quarter. Not destroying, but effectively neutralizing the heavy doubles on Jalen Brunson, using McCall as kind of like that double team break on Jalen Brunson. Then we went away from that in that second half of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. Went away from that. We can't do that. We have to have confidence in not just the players, but whatever the system is. I know it sounds corny, but trust the system. Macau Bridges ain't no damn the Brooklyn Nets Macau Bridges, that's done. That's a watershed moment. Ain't coming back. That's not him. That's not his game. You could argue for all the parts of his career, he's been put in a box, maybe probably unfairly, just given the circumstances, right? Traded to the Brooklyn Nets. Nets went on that run when they should have broke the team up early. Now Macau Bridges, he's the number one guy, but he's not really a number one guy. Worked his way up into being a viable number two at times. A really good number three player with the Suns when Booker was out. Developed his mid range shot, strengthened his 3-point shooting, had the number two in defensive player of the year. But Macabres was never a number one like that. Never. Like a consistent number one. Not even a 1B really. But what I saw today, man, that was great by McCall. And I need that against the Cavaliers. I'll take this game against the Cavaliers. I know it's 22 points, but I need you to take your shots versus the Cavaliers. I need you to take your shots versus the Celtics. I need you to take that step up versus elite teams. And it's not even it's not even ask you to be the number one guy. It's just ask you to just be consistent. Make some shots. Move off the ball well. Don't be scared of the freaking Jared Allen and freaking Evan Mobley front court in the paint. Take your spots, McCall. Take your spots. Some other guys, welcome back. My son Miles McBride with the two. Man, my son bringing the 3-point shots all the way over here. Meanwhile, I came and freaking hit a shot, saved my life. Freaking lost my game today. Anyway, I'm going to talk about that. 8 points from my son Miles McBride. 2 for 4 from 3. 3 for 6 from the field, coming back from his injury as well, too. Lance Shamet, 5 points. Mitch Robinson, 2 points. Only played 12 and 3/4 minutes, or not 3/4. 12 minutes, 45 seconds, 47 seconds, 43 seconds. I can't do math. Don't mind me. No one played 40 minutes tonight, obviously. It's not wasn't a blowout per se. It was blowout-ish. Then it became not, then it wasn't. So, but go on this Knicks team. By the way, Devin Booker. Devin Booker, come on, man. Come on. I know you're not even from New York. Come on. Come on. You're wasting time. Come on. Knicks got to find a way to make that work. This is a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. Devin Booker is the purest scorer in the NBA, bar none. You can't give me a pure score in the league. You can't. You can't. Jokic, nope. Nope. SGA, nope. Nope. If I need to choose a guy to give me 40 points in a game, I'm going Devin Booker. I know he had the 40 points versus the Knicks. I would have said this before. Devin Booker. You felt the Suns were never really going to win this game. But Devin Booker's point, like his scoring is so sickeningly automatic. It's a shame what the Suns have done. Now, they had the years with Ayton, CP3. They got to the finals. But for the vast majority of Devin Booker's career, the Suns, that might be one of the greatest mismanagements of a Hall of Fame talent. A Hall of Fame scoring talent ever. And it might be in all sports. I got to think of some, maybe not football, because you have some where they really screwed up a quarterback. You're talking about Andrew Luck and guys who teams just really just dropped the ball in terms of just putting any type of good talent. Andrew Luck never had a good offensive line. He had T.Y. Hilton, but those teams were just not great. Hickson or whatever, Gixon, whatever his name is. Then they brought over man, that was from the Bills, the coach. Like, showed up their O-line, but he was done. Then Andrew Luck retired. But yeah, Devin Booker, man. And again, they put stars, but it's just these stars are not complimentary. Bradley Bill's a nice player. He ain't that guy, yo. Them 30 point a season, 30 points a season. That was actually, I think, one season. That fooled y'all. That fooled a lot of y'all. Bradley Bill ain't that. Bradley Bill ain't that at all, man. And I like Bradley Bill. I liked him from Florida. He was tough at Florida. He ain't that, man. And congrats to Florida for beating Auburn as well, too. But nah, dogs. Got to find a way to trade for him. And look, the Suns gonna hold on because they need the tickets. They need the money at the door. But it's a shame what's happening to Devin Booker, man. It's a shame. He's wasting his time there. Bro, that one move he had on OG Anunoby, he drove, it was on the right wing, he drove spun kept his dribble, took like I don't know, not a crab step. I don't even know how to put it. And hit that shot on OG. And OG was like, what am I supposed to? OG, I know he's a robot. He just got up and just started running to get back on defense. Like, what am I? I'm not. I can't. There's nothing. I can't do anything with that. There's nothing I can do with that. I can't even get mad. That's a damn shame what's happened to Devin Booker. But again, congrats to Tom Thibodeau. Back-to-back 50-win seasons, creating and establishing a floor, a model to follow in terms of success, in terms of building a foundation. It's been several iterations of this team. Now he has an offensive team now. We could talk about how the defense hasn't truly coalesced to where he wants it to be. Even though when I think it was Clyde Frazier who pointed the stat, when the Knicks don't have Jalen Brunson on the floor, the defense reaches great heights. He didn't say great heights, but right now, again, look, the Knicks 10th in allowed and opponent points allowed a game, 9th in offensive points scored a game, 5th in offensive rating, 13th defensive rating. So again, there are things that there's something there. Does it take another season? Does it take making Cat banning Cat from playing drop back, which I think would probably help the Knicks immensely, help the Knicks defense immensely? Maybe he spends a summer with a defensive specialist, teach him how to do proper footwork, how to trust his footwork off of screens, because he trusted in isolation for the most part, but off screens is like a different animal. I don't know, and that's what's killing us. Teams are gonna abuse the Knicks if you keep saying a drop back, and this is why having Mitchell Robinson is important. If you have some important minutes, play Mitchell Robinson as that protector. With Cat, you could protect the rim a little bit better. Maybe you get the kick out a little bit earlier. Maybe the defense the taggers are not drawn into the paint when you have Mitchell Robinson lurking around. So it helps. It helps, but Cat really has to fix that part of his game. He's really holding us back defensively. Still 10th in offensive points allowed from the opponent. Bro, like, you quit that drop back with easily 7-6. Easily. We ran that damn pick and roll like almost as bad as Enes Kanter times, bro. But look, the Knicks got the Celtics coming up. They might start resting starters because the season's about done. That's on Tuesday. Then we got Cleveland, got Detroit. We got some interesting games at the end of the season, even though much of it's already done. And let's see, did the Pacers lose? If the Pacers lost tonight, the Knicks are entrenched in that third. And they lost. Oh, no, they won. Damn. They beat the Nuggets. My bad. So the Knicks have to win another game to get that third, to ensure and get that third spot. Just one more game, and we're there. But guys, let me know your thoughts. OG Anunoby, is he ready to be the number 2 guy or one of the number 2s in the playoffs? Can we depend on OG Anunoby? What is it that you find different about OG Anunoby? Is it the health, the confidence? What is it that's really contributing to his run as of late? Talk to me about Cat. Does the league hate him? The NBA hate him? Talk to me about Mikal Bridges. JB is back. Even though he's not fully healthy, did you like what you saw today in terms of with regards to him conceding? Because there's been times he come back from other injuries and he's looking to he puts up a 30-pointer. So JB tonight, maybe still hurt, but he really did not he didn't really subtract away from the game. And that's what you want, especially when guys like OG are hot, other players are in rhythm, right? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments. Your boy Gmo Leisure Knicks. I appreciate you, man. Peace through. God bless. And I'll catch you. I didn't want to use the left hand because you get beat for using the left hand in Nigeria. Catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate you. Peace.